Cosmos with Bailey. I'm Bailey and I'm a clairvoyant, psychic medium and spiritual healer based in New Zealand. Welcome. Love Bee is my psychic and healing services. That is my psychic business where you can book sessions and whatnot with me. And Cosmos with Bailey is a place where I put a lot of my dreams, my insights, my healers' insights and whatnot. So it's a place of many, many things. Okay, so this video also comes from a dream. And yes, this video is about navigating societal conflict with elegance. And so this is the divine feminine flair, or infusing the divine feminine energy into society as women and as men too. Because I think we can all agree there is a lot of conflict that can play out in societal groupings and online and in your immediate vicinity, and also family dynamic disagreements or township disagreements and whatnot. And we are all so different and nuanced here in the earth that it is impossible for everyone to agree with everyone all the time, and that is just not a common sense reality. And so yes, and we're all also oscillating at different levels of spiritual maturity and whatnot, and some are more attuned to a unified perspective than others, and one is not good or bad, and it's normal and natural for someone else to have a differing opinion to you on a societal platform or what's happening in society at the moment with a lot of conflict and division. So I want to talk about how we can maybe come from a more well-rounded perspective and infuse a different, maybe just open up to a higher way of navigating societal conflicts and disagreements and very intense divisive tactics that can play out. So number one, social media can be a very, very divisive tool, and what plays out on social media is not necessarily what was that word I was going to say? What plays out on social media is not a direct representation of what is actually happening in the real world. People can be whatever they want online, and depending on someone's spiritual maturity level and how they're using social media and what for, a lot of the times people will use it to get attention or to feed their lower ego. And so what it tends to happen on social media is that there are a lot of ego battles that take place in comments. And it's very, very easy to get very highly triggered on social media because your feelings and your opinions are not aligning, and it's all a little bit too easy to write a comment and feel like you're trying to empower yourself, when really it is not the most graceful or elegant way of navigating societal conflict. However, when we do have these feelings and these triggers arise, we can't deny them either, because they are there and that's how you're feeling, but there is a way of working with how you're feeling without further exonerating conflict and divisiveness that can play out in amongst societal disputes and differing opinions and beliefs and whatnot. As said, it's just not plausible that everyone is going to agree with everyone else, and just from the nature of the earthly realm, many, many different people have many, many different experiences. We've all grown up differently. We've all had different past lives. We are different souls. We are unique individuals. Yeah, okay, so with the divine feminine energy, she brings in infusing societal disputes or societal conflicts and things that arise up in our areas or where we're living or our townships or whatever it is. What was I just about to say there? We can choose as women and as men to sort of support something a bit more well-rounded, because you may feel like you want to support something, but you're not really resonating with the victim perpetrator or the very black and white us versus them belief system that can play out. And usually that is a sign that someone is not very open spiritually, and they're experiencing things in a very one-dimensional way. And that's where their consciousness is at, and that's probably perfect for them and what they're experiencing. But however, when we want to maybe support things that we feel for, maybe we want to donate to Gaza, or maybe we want to do something, but we don't want to be a part of the conflict or create further divisiveness. This is where the divine feminine energy comes in, and we can, for example, we here in New Zealand, we have a new public holiday that had come through when Jacinda Ardern was I was going to say in power, and she brought through the Matariki public holiday, which is a celebration of the Pleiades star cluster, and it has its origins in the Maori celebrating the Pleiades star cluster, I think it is, and it's a really gorgeous idea. However, there are always going to be people or groups of people that need to feel justified and want to continue the victim perpetrator. And so sometimes what happens with public holidays or stuff that plays out is that you're going to have people that are like, yes, this is so exciting, let's do this, and wanting to come from a more loving perspective. And then there's always, without a doubt, groups of people that feel very passionately to express their opinions and their beliefs, and sometimes that will overrun and overtake the original intention of a societal issue that's coming up for us to experience, and we don't get the chance to be a part of it or bring it through into a more harmonized state. And yes, now what was I going to say there with the elegance and the yeah, so a really good example would be, instead of going into or exonerating or supporting more division on a societal front or whatever is going on around you and people around you, and you feel like you want to celebrate or support something, you can do so from a place of grace and creativity and elegance of the spirit. So say, okay, maybe I really want to celebrate Matariki because I really resonate with it, and I think it's a gorgeous idea. You could, instead of going to a rally that says I am really downtrodden, and a lot of people will use societal conflicts and make them about them and their opinions and beliefs, and it is not the true intention of the original get-together, if that makes sense. And maybe you, instead of joining a rally or entering into a conflict or a fight that you know is not going to be conducive to you, you can instead go and choose maybe to hold a dinner party or put on a picnic or do something more in alignment with the energy that you're feeling. That's very, very important when societal things come up for us and we are navigating our day-to-day lives. It's very important that we stay true to our own inner resonance and what we would like to create with what is coming up around us, and that sometimes it can be very easy to be swayed into something by people around you if you're not listening to how you are actually feeling and what you actually want to support and create with. It's very easy to get swept up in the chaos and the conflict there online and then go out into the real world and play it out. And then we lose the essence and the grace and the elegance of being out and about in the real everyday world. And it's very easy to get swept up into something, especially on a societal level, if there's big groups of people who are sort of pushing the same opinion and whatnot. And so it's very, very important that you find resonance in what you're supporting and that and what you want to do with what is playing out around you. And there's a lot of power. A lot of people don't understand the true power of elegance and grace and poise and dignity. And that is really a higher aspect of us, of our humanity, that we can start working with and infusing into society. And it's not so much about being a leader as in listen to me, I have this to say and I need people to listen to it. It's more so like, you know what, maybe I might do something a little bit different and infuse and create a different energy, and hopefully people will understand what I'm doing, and the right people will resonate with me. And so sometimes we just need to be the energetic starter offers and just think, you know what, I don't really want to start another conflict, but I do want to celebrate Matariki, or I do want to celebrate XYZ in my area. Maybe I'll invite a few people around and we can celebrate those things together and bring through a higher way of being in society. And it's very important to see people and where they're at, but also to know that you do have the power to infuse higher standards into society and still be a part of things that are playing out, because sometimes we do feel the need to deeply stand up and say things and be like, I really love this and I want to be a part of it, but I don't want to be part of the chaos and conflict. So it's important to know that you can create and be a part of things from elegance and grace and poise of the spirit, and very much so inspire something different just by being yourself and aligning with your own inner resonance. So there's a very big difference there between online internet groupthink that then goes and plays out on a subconscious level in our collective consciousness, and then you've got individuals who are feeling things, not so much resonant with it, and want to create, maybe start designing some new energy in amongst where they're living. And I think sometimes we think, oh, you're being loud and abrasive and disruptive is very attention seeking, but there is also a lot of power and admiration and respect when you see someone really coming from elegance and grace and navigating conflict from that place and societal issues and whatnot. And we really deeply admire it when we see those people, because we don't tend to see it too often at the moment because of how things play out online and whatnot. So we can be a little bit of a bright light and maybe choose a celebration of coming together and inspire with elegance out and about in the everyday real world. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that was helpful.